Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I've never been here before. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to talk about pawpaws. Now these are a deciduous tree native to the eastern US and Canada. They have the largest edible fruit native to North America. So the tree only grows maybe 15 feet at the most that I've seen. They usually fruit in September-ish. All depends on your location, if you're southern or northern. But around my location, it's usually around anywhere from the second week of September to the end of September. They're like a creamy custard tropical fruit. If I would describe it, it would be like mango, pineapple, banana, all mixed in together. The seeds are kind of toxic, and they're big, so you don't have to worry about eating those. I mean, they're huge. So don't swallow those. As fruit goes, they're really high in protein. Okay, they're packed full of antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, fiber. Here's the best part for you to care. They're naturally gluten-free and they're non-GMO. So this is what the fruit looks like on the outside. So you can peel the skin off, and it's almost like looks like a banana. Take a bite. It's so delicious. So I'm telling you, if you're out hiking in the eastern United States in the fall, you come across these big old pods laying on the ground, you pick them up, they smell like a banana, eat away. Absolutely delicious. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you how to take the seeds from these, stratify them to plant your own. The only thing you have to watch out for is these trees colonize themselves. So what I mean by that, they seed themselves and they grow by roots. So you get a colony of pawpaw trees, say over here in this part of the forest, and you pick up 2 of these and you try to grow them to produce fruit. Not going to happen. You need to get seeds from this colony, walk a quarter mile, whatever it is, until you find your next tree, grab some more fruit. Those 2 seeds will pollinate to make the fruit. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay folks, so we're back in my shop. It's kind of windy outside, so the video wasn't doing so well with the noise. So we're going to depulp the seeds from the pawpaw fruit I just had. So when I tear it apart, you can see all the seeds in there. Okay, there's like a film on the outside of these. So all this has to be removed. Sometimes if you squeeze them just right, they'll pop out, just like that. There's one. There's a lot of seeds in here. I do gotta tell you, it does smell pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of messy. But once you get the film off, it's good. Now I'm not going to go through, all these seeds to show you, sorry, how the seeds get done. But what you got to do is get that pulp off. I'm just taking a paper towel, get them dried up a little bit. See, and that's the seed you have left over. Nothing on it. Beautiful seed. Now what you have to do to order for these to germinate is they have to go through a cold cycle. and it's about 90 days. So you have to be, this part you have to be really patient. So the best I've ever come up with on how to make these germinate is I got a Ziploc bag here, okay, and it's filled with moss. I just pulled this off the woods I have in the back, or off my yard. All right, so you take these seeds right here, all of them. Now I got multiple fruit to do. So you take your seeds, you put them in the moss, all right? And I'll add some water to this, not much, just enough to moisten it up. And once all the seeds are in, I Ziploc it full. This is a regular Ziploc freezer bag. So just zip it up, leave some air in there so the plants can do their thing. And what I'll put on here is the date. Okay, I'll put on September 21st. Now I'll put this in my refrigerator for 90 days. Let's say 90 days. So it'll be like, I'm just going to guess here, you know, December, I'll do 23rd. Now these will be in the refrigerator until then. Now what I'll do, every week or so I'll just kind of like move the seeds around in here. And then when December 23rd comes around, I'll take my seeds and put them in just a flower basket, just normal flower basket. No matter how many seeds I have, it could be 50, it could be 100, it could be anything. So what you do is take your seeds after they come out of the refrigerator and just push them down like 2 inches. Now this is where the patience starts. Okay, now I got all these seeds after they've been 90 days in the refrigerator. I got them in a pot. I got them in here thick. You know, I can have 50 or 60 in this little pot. Just keep them out of the winter because you're planting these in December. So keep them out of the winter. Just keep them like in your shop, in your house. Just keep the ground, just keep the dirt moist. And then when spring comes, when you know there's not going to be more freeze, take them out. And I usually put mine on my deck, under my gazebo, or somewhere sheltered a little bit. And you got to be patient here. Now, you're going to think, you know, a month goes by, 2 months goes by, you see no activity in the pot. Believe me, just keep it moist. They'll start sprouting in like July, August. So just be patient. Do not touch the soil because the taproot goes down first, then the shoot comes up. So that's the most important part, patience. So once you get them planted, let them alone. And I'll show you the seeds I planted from last year in a pot, and they are doing fantastic. So hang on. So, okay. Now these are the pawpaw trees I planted in the pot after they was in my refrigerator. I planted these in December and left them in my shop or garage until it was you know, warm enough where it didn't, you know, ground wouldn't freeze again. Now you can see how many I have here. I'll fold these back. And I think every seed actually came up. Now they're looking good. Now what I'll do, I'll wait for the leaves to fall off, just dump the barrel over, and then transplant them in the woods. And that's the whole process. Okay, now the pawpaws are done. But while I was out in the woods, I came across a few buckeye trees. I mean, these trees were huge, and the pods were pretty good size, like tennis ball or better. And they was dropping these the buckeyes. This is the fruit right here. Now I usually don't pick these up, but in the woods I live in, there's hardly any buckeyes up here this far north. For some reason they've logged out, or whatever. But so I decided the last couple of years, every ones I picked up, I would bring back and transplant. So I've been doing that for years, and the best way I've found to make this happen is as soon as you pick the nuts up, you plant them. So you take your bucket as soon as you get the nut. They're still moist. Out of the hull, just push them in the ground 3 or 4 inches. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pile this, every nut that I picked up, I'm just going to throw in this pot. I don't have many. I could have picked up hundreds. I'm just going to push them all in. 3 inches down. However soil lets me push them. I'm just going to push it. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, there's too many in here, but that's not the case. What I'm going to do with these, I'm going to let them grow in the pot until next spring, and then I'll transplant them out. That's why I have in a small bucket. I just dump them out. I can transplant them. But after I get these seeds in here, or the nuts, the biggest concern is squirrels and chipmunks. So I'll put a screen over here with a weight on it throughout the winter, and I'll put these on my porch until the spring. And when the spring comes, I'll lift the screen up and just let the trees grow. But the most important, even though the trees grow and you think you're safe, it's not always true, because a nut is actually still attached to the main tree, so it's using that nut to grow. So if a squirrel or chipmunk finds that nut and rips it off while it's growing, the tree's going to die. So put a screen around it, a funnel's, like a tomato stake or something, to keep squirrels and chipmunks out. It might be chicken wire, would probably be the best. And then in the fall, transplant them out, you'll be fine. You'll have buckeyes, and squirrels love them, deers love them, the wildlife just attracts to them. So I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, for up here, not that many buckeyes, so it's kind of nice to have them. So if you're doing buckeyes, plant them right away. Thanks for watching.